Hello. Good morning. How's everybody? Let me quickly get set up here. Get my OBS tab, my YouTube streaming tab. Sharing the same screen. This camera can be a little higher. There you go. Alright. So, we're gonna try to get out of this. Oh, don't tell me joystick is broken. We're trying to get out of this airport that we have some PTSD from. If you remember last time, we had a slight issue trying to get the plane stopped. So today, we borrowed a second plane after American Airlines didn't want us playing with their plane anymore, so we borrowed this one from Alaska. Somehow they were very insistent about us having this. Come on, joystick. Work. I'm doing okay, by the way. I just woke up. Joystick. Might be time for a new joystick, actually. Come on. It just works for a split second. All right. Oh, good morning, Elon Musk. What are you doing on this channel? Are you supposed to be fixing the Cybertruck right now? Good morning. Good morning, Portland. I'm just trying to fix my joystick here. I'm not sure if it's just bad connection or what's going on here. Come on. There you go. Bash it a few times and it seems to work. Now the problem is that I may need to recalibrate everything now. Okay. Come on. Work. Seeing if the flight controls are back to normal. Okay, they seem to be back to normal now. Okay. So, here's the question. I guess there's only one runway we can sort of use, or one direction that we can sort of take off with. Can we just turn around? I hope so. We're just gonna turn around and hopefully we don't hit that fuel box. Come on. Where are the pretzels? There are no pretzels, but if you remember last time, we got the herb garden going. So you can pick some tomatoes or something. Oh, another thing is that I realize there's not enough room to do a back taxi on this runway. I think the closest we can do is line up for the runway and then have a tow truck sort of back us up. Oh, right, seatbelt sign. Hey, I didn't turn on the no smoking sign either, did I? Hold on, let me get that fixed real quick. The 100 years strong livery? I didn't know it was stored here. And that's a 900, isn't that? Okay. Let's see. So, you need to turn on your fasten seatbelt, no smoking sign. Trim it out. 2 degrees this time. And I think we're gonna need like 15 degrees of flaps. I'm just gonna get the invisible tow truck to get us back. It's gonna take a while. Where do you put your vape? Wherever you please. No smoking, but I don't know. Maybe you can just like kind of sniff the resin or something. What is that liquid in vaping in vapes called? Oh, hey, look, it's HD Aviation on here. Sup? That's right. Just put all that stuff like I don't know. Put in a cargo hold, cause I think like I kind of sold the floorboards in the plane. Should be all revealed. Vape. Yeah, vape juice. That's what it's called. I clearly do not vape. Alright, we'll call this good enough. 4,200 feet. I'm pretty sure we can get off. By the way, further down the road, there's an airport with only like 4,000 feet. So that's one we're really going to have trouble with. Okay, let me see whether we got everything set. No need to arm the spoilers, because there definitely is not going to be a rejected takeoff. I don't think we even have enough stopping distance for that. Seatbelt sign, no smoking sign on. Okay, here we go. I just remember, I'm gonna check the GPS, make sure we're actually going to the right place. Yep, looks like it. Our first destination is, was it Terrace, British Columbia? We're actually kind of far away from it, but that's fine. We'll just have some social communication in that meantime. Alright, here we go. clear those trees? Yes, we are. Good. Oh gosh, got a slight issue. I think the my throttle have not been calibrated. Oh, nope, they are. Good. Now we just need to get out of here without like smashing into one of those mountains. Which I think we can. Whoa, jeez, wind. I should probably look at the map to see how tall these mountains are. $28,000 is a good number. Vertical speed 2,000 feet per minute. Well, let's climb a little faster than that. Airspeed hold 270-ish, 75. How about that? And then, oops, sorry, GPS lock. I think, yeah, we're high enough. We can climb over all of them. How's your Cybertruck going? No spoilers. It does look a little bit like Paro, doesn't it? Except 2 or 3 times more dangerous. Okay, all our flaps are up now, right? Good. We don't want to be like last time where we kept the flaps at like 5 degrees the whole time until FSX crashed. Alright. What is everybody up to? There's nothing to talk about at the moment, so that's all I'm going to ask for now. And don't tell me the YouTube stream is broken again. It's probably next weekend. Sure sure you guys are allowed to do that already? I guess no, Gemini Jets. You're going to Portland? Yep. Trying to land an airliner in an airport that's never designed for it. Schoolwork, cleaning. That's good. That's a solid day. I don't think I've cleaned my house for, or like my room for, I don't know, forever. I don't think I've actually cleaned it from the last time I'm not sure when I did that actually. I don't think I ever did. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. Trying to figure out where these mountain ranges are. Whether I'm safe all the way. They're... I'm fine, by the way. Thank you, Takeoff Aviation. Just woke up. Yeah, I suppose there's probably zero heavies. Not even cargos? I know it's like Sunday, but there should be like a few MDs at least sitting around. Or maybe like... Maybe, you guys can't stay like until the afternoon. Because they do take off kind of late. Land at a little dirt strip in Nepal. You know, we actually do have a gravel strip airport coming up pretty soon. In order to land every hour or so, there's like one field that's like in between Juneau and Anchorage. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to stop because that runway is also like 4,300 feet long. And I'm not sure if I'm allowed to use thrust reverse on those things. Oh, that... Huh. Oh, hello, officer. Do we actually still have any international flights at the moment? Like, do we still have those flights to Mexico and YBR as well? Or are those all gone as well? Yep, 747-800 on Saturdays. I imagine the Cathay is still flying. They'll probably have plenty of stuff to ship. Plenty of masks and respirators, maybe. Oh, seeing a body taken out of the park across my window. And you do live in BC, right? Or Vancouver or something? HD Aviation, sorry. Okay, let me see if I can switch this to Mach now. Ooh, Mach 0.73, that's not bad. Go up to Mach 0.78. Just Valaris. So we are still technically an international airport. That's good. I do wonder, like, at what point do airports lose their international status? Like, if their last international flight withdrawals, like, is there like a legal process they have to change back to like regional airport or something? Or are people just like allowed to just say what kind of airport they are? In that case, like, all airports might as well just call themselves international, you know? And then, of course, you have Houston being all like, haha, we are intercontinental. Oh, that sounds pretty serious, HD Aviation. I live like in the suburbs, so it's like I never see anything like really bad that happens around here. Huh, drug overdose. I see. Yeah, if you live like kind of in the city, then I can imagine might see that once in a while. stuff like that, I imagine, is pretty common in Portland downtown as well. Moses Lake is an international airport. um, oh, I should know this, but does it even have commercial service? I imagine it does, but at the same time, it's like I do not recall seeing any flights from Portland to Moses Lake. And they technically have a population size that could support commercial flight. Yeah, 20,000. And you have your dinner soon. Oh, right. What? How far away do you live? Or rather, how far away do I live? Yeah, there's no commercial service. Although, yeah, they're talking about cargo carriers, but there's no commercial plane, unfortunately. That's an opportunity right there. Somebody wants to start an airline, go for it. I heard America is selling tons of their 737s. This is to Moses Lake, by the way. Yeah. They don't have commercial, it seems. There's actually a ton of like airports. Oh, come on, no rudder harbor, please. Yeah, that was not a wind gust. That was just a rudder doing its thing. Yep, 10:01 a.m. over here. Or just 10:01 if, like, I don't know, you use military time or something. Oh, Matthew, you live in Europe. Yeah, I can see that. I kind of wish, like, I have other options for when I stream. Unfortunately, like, the 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock window is, like, mostly what I can do. After that, like, everybody comes downstairs and it gets kind of noisy. Gets noisy on my side. To LMT. Where's that? I'm sorry, I'm not an expert at, like, airport codes. Oh, Crater Lake, I gotcha. Or Klamath Falls, basically. Were they always LMT? I know that they may have recently changed their name from, like, Klamath Falls Airport to, like, Crater Lake. Nope, how far away are we? Okay, we should start descending at some point, I guess. Alright, let's start descending. Now, hopefully we do not do a controlled flight into terrain. What's GOFS? What is that? Wait, what's the destination? Russia? It could be. Are you talking to me, by the way? Let me look at the live chat. I'm kind of falling behind on it. For God's sakes, all these Americans visiting Iraq. Visiting, yeah. Visiting. Oh right, our destination, for today I think Juneau, but ultimately to Anchorage, and then to Russia. It'll be interesting if we make it all the way to like Moscow or something. Airport hopping all the way. And one of the problems actually is that once we get into Russia, there's a lot of small airports that are not built into Flight Sim. So unfortunately we have to land at some bigger airports for that. We couldn't do short field airport hoppings over there. I can take a look at GeoFS, see what that is. Oh, it seems pretty interesting. Kind of a simplified version of like FSX or Prep 3D, P3D. Yeah, I've started to plot our way to Russia. And if we do, we're gonna have to land at some really sketchy airports. Like, there's some with like 3,000 foot long gravel runways that we absolutely have to land at. Or else, because our rules say we must land every hour. I should actually put that in the description. We have to land every hour. Just so that people remain somewhat entertained. Yep, yeah, that's what I found out is like, if I need to airport hop, I'm gonna like have to go down to like, I have to go to Japan and then Korea, somehow hop to China, and then all the way along the southern coastline of Asia until I get to Vietnam. That's right, I need to consider like our attention spans, including mine, by the way. Now here's the question, how far away are we from the airport now? Oh geez, okay. We need to start losing altitude quick. I think the airport is right over there. I think we see it already. Don't mind if I use this weird fly down. Oh geez, this is weird. There we go. That's better. So I see it. The airport's right over here, this triangular bit right there. That triangular bit, that's the airport. Oh yeah, if we're going through if we're going to Moscow, we're definitely going to have to land somewhere in like Iraq. I'll make sure I stop there. Baghdad or like Mosul, which one do you prefer? Nothing definitive, by the way, I'm just curious. Oh jeez, okay. Gotta turn off the VOR lock, and then go down airspeed so that we can actually not overshoot the airport. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use Pyongyang as a stopover. That's the thing. And unfortunately, like, Pyongyang is the only airport in North Korea in Flight Sim. So, it's not very realistic, but we're gonna have to deal with that. That, or I'm gonna have to add other North Korean airports so that I can actually properly hop my way over there. Now, how high are these mountains? I'm curious. Not Mosul? Okay. I do know it was supposed to be like the second biggest city in Iraq or something. Aren't there like some alternate... Well, okay. I imagine there are alternative airports, but yeah, we can stop in Baghdad. Yeah, Seoul to Pyongyang would not be much of an issue. It's just where to go from Pyongyang. I'm just gonna fly right over the airport and then just spiral downwards. How about that? Because these mountains are pretty darn tall. How long is this stream? Probably about typical 2 to 3 hours. I'm gonna probably stop like somewhere around 12:30 Pacific time. And I'll probably do another one, like, I don't know, Saturday or something. I might do another... Well, I'm not exactly sure if I can do weekday streams anymore because my workplace is finding work for me again. I know, I finally get to earn money again, but that means I don't get to play around anymore. Was. Oh, by the way, FYI, there are some keywords that I can't say, or else YouTube's gonna slap me. I started realizing that because some of my videos, like some of the streams I've made, like was listed under like limited monetization because I probably said some stuff that were not entirely appropriate for all audience. Okay. Oh crap, what? Why are we not descending? Titan A318 to St. Helena? Oh dude, holy crap. One thing I just realized, St. Helena, what used to be the only flight to St. Helena was an Airlink from South African Airways, wasn't it? With South African in its turmoil right now, I'm curious who's going to replace that flight. Okay, where's the airport? I think it should be right down there. There you go. Yeah, I thought I was descending, guys, but I don't know what happened. Yep, that's right. This is more important than work. I should just turn this into my work. How about that? $5 a month. That'll support me. I wish it did. Keep dreaming, one day, maybe. A week of aviation goofs and gabs, that's right. I've always I've asked myself whether I should be more serious or less serious while doing all this flight sim stuff. Because there are people who seem very serious about flight simming, and here I am just not caring about all the flight rules. Pyongyang to Dalian takes 48 minutes. Okay, I guess. Alright, one thing I should have, maybe I didn't phrase that 1 hour thing correctly. I was actually using distance, and I was looking at flight routes that have to be less than 150 miles. 150 miles or less. Nautical miles, by the way. I think I missed a whole bunch of comments. Let me see. There's a new airport being built in the city where you live. Well, that's good. So basically we can search up where you live now. Oh yeah, the lineup at PDX is very impressive right now. I think there's was it 20 plus planes on the Crosswind runway now? I wish I can go film that, but I'm gonna play it safe still. Things aren't over yet. How's my altitude going? I also hope I get to adjust the sound in the plane, because for some reason it's louder on board than outside. That doesn't really make sense. Donations? I don't know. I mean, if this is a pretty small thing, so I'm not sure if it's donation, I'm not sure how far they'll get. It's worth thinking, though. That's right. It's flight sim. Whatever I want to do, basically I'm just gonna do what I feel like doing, striking a balance between goofs and seriousness, I guess. I think I'm far enough away. Yeah, I'm far enough. Gotta make our base turn now. Dadong, does Dadong actually have an airport? Oh, well, I think it actually has an air... Oh, right. I think Dadong Airport didn't exist when FSX was first being created. Ever since... Oh, geez. Actually, we're getting pretty close to mountain. Holy crap. Altitude hold. Oh, actually, 4,000 is fine. Never mind. I'm not going to do a control fly into terrain, am I? Oh boy, this is actually kind of sketchy. Nope. You know what? Gotta do some terrain collision avoidance. That's right. Big plane, short runway. I think the we're right now like kind of approaching Terrace. Its runway is like, what is it, 6,000 something feet? But I think further down the line we have an airport called Hines, and this runway is only 4,000 feet long in Alaska. We're finally back, and you got pancakes. Awesome. "400 knots in a hot air balloon. That's more than doable. Yeah, I think I turned really late for my base turn, so now I'm gonna have to just sit here and wait till we get back to the runway. I hope there's some PAPI lights, or VASIs at least. Yeah, I'm just gonna turn off the autopilot. All my switches and dials are off anyways. Call sign of the new airport is Kia. What's the prefix or whatever they call the first letter of the airport called in Iraq? Hainesborough? Is that what it's called? Even I don't entirely know for sure what it's called. Haines Airport. It's like Minecraft. No one can tell you what you can or cannot do. That's right. No griefing though. That's strictly illegal. That's right. I'm actually curious if the 737 can even like go around with full flaps at maximum landing weight. Oh, okay, so it's got some VASI lights. That's good. Alright, I'm gonna start setting up for landing. How many percent is the speed brakes? 30%. There you go. Oh boy. Pay attention to your instrument, guys. Gear down. I also don't know what the elevation of this airport is, so we'll see how it goes. If I remember, it's like actually a few thousand feet off the ground. AGL. Ouch for the car, or ouch for the airport. Both. Both. Oh, come on. Why am I high again? Get down there. Is this X-Plane 11? Absolutely. X-Plane 11 flights at FSX. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how high I am. Come on, get down. I'm gonna get a sync rate warning pretty soon. I'm surprised it hasn't turned on yet. Am I even landing on the runway that I'm supposed to? I believe.
Sync rate.
There you go. There's the sync rate warning we're looking for.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
The wind seems extremely calm right
sync
now.
Rate.
That's kind of unusual.
300.
Oh look, these are actually pappy lights, I just realized. There we go, that's a lot better.
200. Don't
Oh,
sink.
ooh.
Don't sink. 100. Don't sink.
Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, we're ballooning. There we go, there's our first landing. Spoilers up, spoilers up. Reduce flaps on final? Dude. I've asked that once, like, during my flight training, and the instructor was definitely not happy about that. Alright, I think we're gonna have to back taxi on this thing. But first, an instant replay. Was it 60 seconds good?
Sink. Wind shear. Minimum. Wind shear. 50. Wind shear. 40.
Nope, we need to go back further. 90. Yeah, this looks like a normal approach, right? Minus 5 degrees.
500. 400.
You have a slightly better angle. I also gotta keep in mind that, like,
300.
a big portion of the screen is taken up by my face and
200.
statistics.
100.
Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, that could have been such a good landing had I realized how close it was. Okay, yeah. Plop right down. Yeah. Now, is it gonna call "Don't Sink"? Oh no, I was just gonna ask, like, if it was gonna call it if I'm sinking too quickly, but I guess not. Oh, by the way, guys, FYI, I changed the contact points on the wheels so that the wheels are actually on the runway and not just floating like 1 or 2 inches. Looks good now. Looks good. I mean, I know I'm just complimenting myself. Okay. So, back taxiing. Okay, give it a C. C's get degrees. I would be curious, what would be an F landing? Like, do I need to actually crash before it's considered F? I hope this runway is wide enough. Yes, I think. Yes, okay. How do you change contact points? F equals Ryanair, that's right. Oh look, great minds think alike, eh? Independent invention is what you guys did. The one I have to be carted away from. That seems like a very exponential curve, isn't it? From just having a slight hard landing at sea level to being carted away. Alright, time to put in my next stoof. $2,000 feet per minute is good. Yeah, we'll just go directly to 28,000. Why not? I'm not looking at the runway, by the way, so I don't know if I'm going off the edge. Okay, there we go. I did ask when Neff would be, and I think that's a pretty accurate representation. The Project Open Sky 747 does have some pretty weird contact points. When I had that plane, like, I was fortunate enough to download one of the 747s where somebody decided to modify the contact points to the point where, like, on touchdown you can actually see the gears, like, compressing, and you can actually see the tilted bogey, like, kind of go down before actually, like, the touchdown actually happens. It might be on my files somewhere. I might be able to look it up, see if you're interested. Okay. Yeah, 2 degrees is good. Trim. We have everything on. No seatbelt. No seatbelt sign and no smoking sign. We have all our lights on. That's good. Here we go. How far away is our next airport? 120 miles. Okay. I think this is... We're actually on our way to Ketchikan, I think. Ketchikan's the next stop. Here we go. The Legends of Project Open Sky. Wait, were you that David Anderson? I remember seeing a David Anderson back in those days. Oh, and I was like, was a 10, 11-year-old back then. A little overhyped about FSX back then. Yeah, I think I've changed since then. I might actually want to try climbing over these mountains. Yeah. I think we have a clear path. Who were the adults in that group back then, David? Well, I know, like, was it Hiroshi? Is that his name? He was the one that founded, like, the whole Project Open Sky thing, I think. Dave Andy 1. And I think mine was Bye Bye Gubba back then. And on YouTube it still is. Okay, let me get this autopilot set up real quick. I can still climb kind of quickly, 3,000 feet per minute, if that's okay. Better climbing over than into them. I would tend to agree. We have not had a control flow into terrain yet. That's yet to happen. Hiroshi, Dixon Chan. Yeah, I don't quite remember those people, unfortunately. I know Hiroshi. I don't know him in person, but I definitely see him a lot back in the old, in the chat in the old days. Messaging, or I forgot what forums do. Such a ancient art. I remember there were like a few times where I was actually like, I felt like bullied or something. So I would like actually talk to Hiroshi and be like, "Hey, these guys are bullying me," and he's like, "You piece of shit. Just grow up, would you?" He basically said that in a nice way. My flaps are still down. Whoops. And I am, by the way, flying the TDS 737, which is sort of the part of the legacy of the Project Open Sky team, I think. Yep. Like all the Project Open Sky, and now they call it Sky Spirit. Stuff is all on Facebook now. I guess I can technically like fly their 767, but that's not going to work really well with our Alaska island hopping adventures. All the flaps are up. Good. And let's go up to 290 knots, shall we? Quite clicky. It was. I was never part of any clicks. I was just like sort of an outlier, an orbiter, might call it. Dutch Harbor. That might actually be one of the stops if we go to Moscow, by the way. $767, yeah, I don't think they definitely do not have VC. I mean, I guess you can try to merge the default 747 VC with it, or the 737. I've seen like TDS apparently has like a 757, and they basically used the 737 VC and just painted everything brown. That's basically what I saw. Yeah, they tried to land the 732, or they did land 732s at Dutch Harbor in the old days. I was looking at Dutch Harbor and its runways is, I think like, was it 4,500 feet or something? Turns out it's not the shortest runway in the world that uses 737s. I think Santos Dumont, its runway is 4,300 feet, and some 38s and A320s always land on it. Yeah, there's probably a freeware cockpit somewhere up there. Oh, yeah, I guess some Alaska crabs and stuff. Or 500 sounds long. Might be shorter. How are we doing with our progress? 90 nautical miles to go. Catch can. Catch a can. Oh yeah, that'll be cool. Like if you merge... Basically, like, we'll have to figure out how to merge virtual cockpits and whatnots. I tried merging virtual cockpit for, like, this TDS 737, but it just ended up breaking stuff. So I eventually gave up and just downloaded one that has a virtual cockpit. That's just the easy way out. I'm not an expert by any means on how to install these things. One hour in, guys. 1 hour. Just can't. Oh, and welcome back, Gemini Jets. Home airport, 4,500 feet by 75. It's probably like a nice little GA airport. My local airport is basically PDX. That is basically what it is. No, we used to have a smaller airport called Evergreen Field, but I think they closed it in 2005. It was kind of sad because it was actually one of the older airports in America. But developments happen. Gotta do what you gotta do. Oops, gotta go up to mile 0.78 now. KVX. What is that? What is that? Catalina Airport. Oh, that's fun. Little airport on an island. Yep, we still have Pearson, which is one of the oldest airports in America, apparently. Wait, how did you... Wow, David just happens to know exactly what Evergreen Airport I'm talking about. Yeah, it's that one. The runway still sort of exists, like half of it. If you go through the bushes, it's still there. I thought about like doing some RC airplanes out there. It seems like a pretty good spot for it. Yeah, they put a hotel on Evergreen Airport. About half of what was originally the airport still is like just fields. Well, you live on a mill plane? Holy crap. Small world. Small world we live in. They maxed it. At least they didn't close it suddenly one night and then bulldoze the runway. At least. It's a pretty low bar, I guess. Oh crap, I think I missed a whole bunch of comments, did I? Where are we flying to? We're flying to Juneau for now, ultimately Anchorage, and then maybe Moscow. We'll see. Yep, Reese, your KLS is local. Although technically is now what's his face? Ellensburg. That's technically your local now. Yeah, you basically if you want to have like your freewares work well, you got to turn to like a mini software engineer. One time I actually like put on my resume that I modify like programs or something, like a little bit of software engineering, and that is referencing flight sim add-ons. Fortunately, I kind of moved on from there. I get to put other stuff on my resume now. That's right, fellow PDX people here, or some. A few local PDX and people around the world, which I love. Like, it's good to talk to people who are not just in our local area, our local little bubble. Oh right, you're not at school anymore, Reese. I see. Oh yeah, I do not know what to do about the AR file. AIR file. The AIR file. And I have no idea what that thing is for. I was gonna make a few guesses, but I wouldn't even dare. If you're pretty good at redstoning in Minecraft, like, yeah, you can probably call yourself a computer engineer. How far away are we now? Oh crap, we need to start descending. Alright, down, down, down. If I remember, Ketchikan is pretty close to the sea level. I'm going to descend pretty rapidly as well. And get that airspeed down. Oops. Let's go with Mach, shall we? 250? Yeah, I don't mind that I haven't turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, by the way. That's just how it is. There are no seatbelts, by the way. There are no seats. We just have bungees. Let's not forget.
Sink rate.
Oh, what? We're at 26,000. Why is sink rate?
Sink rate.
Okay, 24? Is that okay? Okay, it's happy now. Oh yeah, installing like Minecraft shaders and whatnots, that probably requires some programming. I missed some comments again. Oh, the true flight characteristics, AR file, the AIR file. I've always thought that was just like an aircraft CFG thing. I guess not. Yeah, I think most universities are just closed for the time being. Kind of like public schools. The virtual cockpit viewport. Yep. That was me yesterday messing around with the airplane contact points. I was just moving everything up by 0.05. Seeing if it works. Took like a dozen different tries, but eventually we got there. You're strapped upside down with your pretzels and ginger ale. Where'd you get your pretzels? Do you want to share it, you know? I think we only have, like, that tomato plantation back there. Not plantation, what is it called? Herb garden? Yeah, make sure you share, Reese. Well, actually, no, you guys can't share because my fasten seatbelt sign is still on. Cool little trick to make FSX scenery work in P3D. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It wouldn't concern me yet because I don't have P3D. Maybe one day. One thing I wanted to do back when I was a little younger, I want to get the Fly Tampa scenery to work in... Or sorry, not Fly Tampa, the Nine Dragons Kaitax scenery to work in FSX. And it just gave me black blotches. I'm pretty sure there's a way to make it work, but I don't know how. You haven't touched your joystick since 2013? Well, I haven't touched this joystick until, like, just, what is it, 2 weeks ago? And I have not touched it for like 5 years before then. Of course the pros use the yoke, but I'm cheap. I don't, you know. I'll just pretend this is a converted Airbus VC. Oh, I'd much rather have garlic bread, man. Wash your hands, wash your hands. That's right. Put on that facial mask, by the way. Or surgical mask, sorry. Not facial mask. That's completely different. Although facial mask probably would do a pretty good job making sure you don't touch your face, though. Aviation van? You haven't touched a joystick in your life? Dude. Dude. You probably have a yoke or something, I imagine. Now, where's this airport? Where's Ketchikan? Is it sandwiched in between those mountains right over there? No, that can't be it. I guess it has to be. That's the only place it can actually be. It's not right below me. Oh, Jesus, right below me. That's why. Okay. Oh, alright. See ya, Gemini Jets. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, I would imagine that scenery probably would mess up some things. I'm a drunk America West pilot. Is that a reference? I do not know enough airplane references to understand that anymore. Wait, you don't even have a yoke, aviation fan? It's okay. Keyboards. Keyboard is ultimate superior race. Did I friend you on War Thunder, officer? Not yet, because I have not installed War Thunder. I will get to that pretty soon, because I think after this stream I might like try one more Thunder at least, and then go from there. And then I'll probably accidentally forget about it or something. Oh yeah, if I do play War Thunder, I will have to use my mouse, because my joystick would just not, like, get anything. Like, my yaw control is still broken, it's still doing whatever it feels like. And in Kerbal Space Program, I use my keyboard, because there's just way too many controls for a joystick. And also yaw controls, of course. Always broken. Oh, the Portland scenery is still available for free? Oh, I guess I gotta get on that then. Okay. How far do we need to go back? Oh, beautiful default clouds. While we're at it, let's get our speed brakes armed. 31%, it's not popping up. Good. Their PC is back in the Philippines. That's a pretty big change to go all the way to Japan, though. I must imagine. Yes, PS2 controller, that is ultimate for airplane controlling systems. Imagine if real planes actually did that. I wonder if you can actually fly with the keyboard on an Airbus. The A380, they have keyboards. WASD on an A380. America West actually have that issue? I gotcha. I think we can hop down to 2,000 feet now. Yeah, let's do that. At sea level anyways. Lots of freeware stuff out there right now. Oh, that's awesome. I would love to see some of that. In our Discord chat, there's gonna be lots and lots of stuff we can share. Modern day Air Canada is like that. It seems like so many airlines are pretty safe nowadays, though. League of Legends with mousepad. At least, it can be worse, I guess.
$2,500.
Okay, at least it's not calling out sync rate this time. Now, where's the airport? Oh crap, did I really turn that far back? Whoops. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to see me approach the airport from like, what, 20 nautical miles away? Yeah, 20, 19. 19 nautical miles. Applebee's served a kid alcohol. Huh. Yeah, that's probably just not the best thing to do. I can sort of see that happening though. Apple juice does look like alcohol. Oh, hello Juvie, by the way. So many kid pilots now. Yeah, I imagine there's like probably an oversaturation of pilots still. Even more so like back when I was trying to do flight school. By the way, when I was still flying over at Hillsport Aviation, there were lots and lots of most of our students were actually Chinese. They were people like already hired for like, for example, China Eastern Airlines, and they've come all the way over to Hillsborough to do flight training. The 737 stall noise, yeah. I mean that's stall noise for all planes, right? Airbus, I assume, makes the same noise. I know MDs, like DC-9s, I think they actually verbally say stall. Where is this airport? Okay, I see it. I'm gonna start putting some flaps down. I don't need auto throttle anymore. Yeah, wine and apple juice are pretty easy to mix up, I think. It's legit. It's legit. Not overly dramatized. Alright, there we go. So we're on the glide slope now. I should probably actually get like the frequencies for these runways rather than just eyeballing it. And I think I just overshot the center line. But at least we are not trying to mess around for flaps on short final. Hello, Aviation 98. I just missed a whole bunch of comments. Crap. Alright, I'm gonna have to focus on this approach now. If I remember, Ketchikan's runway is actually like 7,000 something feet.
Don't sink.
How's everything doing down there? Trim, trim, trim. Trim to 3 degrees. Sounds good. Spoilers are on, flaps 40. Seatbelt signs are on. Yep. Landing lights on? Yep.
Don't sink.
I think I'm actually pretty slow. I
Don't
need to
sink.
gain some speed.
Don't sink.
Keep overshooting the center line.
Don't sink. Don't
500.
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Okay.
400. 300. 200.
Nope, too high again. Drop down. There we go.
Don't sink.
100. Minimums 50.
Don't
40.
sink.
30. 20. 10.
I think I bounced. Okay. Welcome to Keshkan. We are officially in Alaska. Okay, let's see how we did. Whew.
Don't sink.
Oh, we're only, that's great. We're, minus the wind speed, we're basically just above the stall speed.
Don't sink.
500.
Whew.
$400.
You thought we were just about to drink? Oh, yeah.
300. 200. 100. Minimums 50. 40. 30. 20.
Trying to read all the
10.
comments. Oh. I mean, that was sort of a textbook-ish... No, not really textbook-ish crosswind landing. I tried to do a textbook crosswind landing. I think, if I remember correctly, they actually teach us to, like, do that side slippy thing, like, well before you actually, like, are right above the runway. But I think in heavy winds, that's just not possible. Like, you kind of have to, like, stay crabbed, I guess one would say, until you're right before touching down. If I remember. It's been a while. Now is there? Okay, there's a turnoff. That's good. Crap. I can't read all the comments on taxiing. Shoot for 135 to 140. Yeah, I think that's the proper approach speed. If you get me a captain's hat, sure. But no, that'll mess up my hair, dude. No. No, my hair's already messed up. Nothing I can do. Whoop. By the way, I don't think crosswind technique actually works well in flight sim. Like, I would do that and then realize my plane is still drifting off to one side. And the only way to not drift off is to actually not use your rudder. I think flight sim just doesn't have it programmed in, if I'm not mistaken. Decent-ish touchdown, I guess, maybe. Yeah, 512 Alpha Sierra has been repainted, unfortunately. And yeah, it was repainted pretty recently because when I looked on the reg, like there were only a few pictures of the new livery on this thing. Yeah, that sucks. It was looking a little weird though because for the longest time, like 512 had a white nose, and they didn't bother repainting the nose, I guess. Just looked weird that whole time. Hmm. Alright. Time to line up. Lights are all on, seatbelts are on. You know, I was thinking, this may be, this is actually probably a question for Reese actually. Is it a complete pain to like get to, I don't know, like to just be able to fly, like for people living in Kelso and Longview, and probably like places like Centralia as well. Because I thought like, it was kind of unusual, like nobody's bothered to add like commercial service in that area. And for all the people living in like Kelso, Longview, Centralia, it's probably a total pain to like go to Portland. Speaking of crabbing, we are in Alaska. Alright, let's see. Trim it out. Oh yeah, that's good we checked on the trim. Went down to 0. 2 degrees, flaps, was it 15, I think we said it? Or just 10. I think we can get away with 10. This is... we got 7,000 feet to go. Get the altitude up. I don't know, climb all the way to 28,000. How far away are we from the next airport? 159 miles. Okay, yeah. 28,000 it is. Vertical speed, we can climb pretty quickly. 250 knots. Alright. I'll read the comments one more time before I go. Or before I take off. Not go, don't worry. Aviation fan, thanks for sticking around. Yeah, it's like 1 or 2 a.m. over there. Yeah. Oh yeah, Woodland has a pretty cute little runway. Yeah, I imagine like it's pretty difficult for people to like get to Portland or Seattle to catch in the morning flights. I'm curious if somebody's interested in starting commercial service to like Centralia or something. That'll solve a lot of headaches. Would Centralia be pretty close, or I wonder if like Kelso Longview Airport can technically have like small planes taking off and landing, but its runways only like 4,300 feet. It's kind of not quite long enough for like a 737, I guess. Look, we're already on our flight path, so might as well just slap everything in there. Oh, actually, not the altitude. I'm not gonna hit a mountain, am I? Nope. Okay, good. Yeah, just clean the plane up. Why not? Da-da-da. 3 a.m. over there. Wow. Yeah, probably should get some sleep then. Zero profits for regional. Oh, crap. Sorry. Airspeed. I thought I turned on auto throttle. Nothing happened. Now, do regionals usually rely on that, what's it, Essential Airline Service program? Basically government grants for people to actually fly to destinations, small airports. Yeah, that's kind of what sucks. Like, you kind of have to call an air taxi. There's rumors about an extension at Kelso. Do they have a lot of room for extension? There's like houses all around it, if I remember. Everything's up. Everything is up. Cool. Just making sure. Yeah, I've been curious, like, if, for example, an airline sets up, like, a flight from Portland to Seattle, and then stops in, like, Kelso or Centralia, like, would that become profitable? Because basically, most of the people on that flight will probably be just going to Seattle directly or Portland directly, and it just picks up whoever still wants to fly, like, out of the smaller airport. And yeah, Bellingham didn't work out too well. I remember when Alaska was still flying to Hawaii from Bellingham. They thought that like enough people from Vancouver is going to go down to Bellingham, but didn't quite work out. I looked into the camera and scared you? I am pretty intimidating. That would ruin the flight attraction between... yeah. I mean, it would. Not a lot of people want to stop at an extra destination. And it would also cost a bit more to take off and land from those airports. Like, I imagine those smaller airports can probably... It would definitely be, yeah, an AM or like a late PM flight so that people can catch their flight after. Yeah, no way am I intimidating. Another destination I've always like kind of wondered was to there's this place that's north of Salt Lake City in the hills. Is it called Logan, if I remember? Logan, Utah or something? It has a pretty sizable population, and I think like college town as well, if I remember. It seemed like a pretty good candidate for a regional airline to kind of stop there once in a while. Yeah, Logan, Utah. I was curious about that. It has a population of 50,000, and it is a college town after all. And I don't think its local airport has like commercial airline service. Its runway is like 9,000 feet, by the way. Yep, traveling by rail to Kelso Longview. Sounds about right. The whole state of Utah is a college town. Sounds about right. I think these airports are a little too far apart. What FSX talking about? There's we're spending a lot of time cruising. Alright, see ya, David. It was fun talking to you. Yeah, I couldn't fall asleep on planes either. But for me, it's actually the noise. Also, like, I think it's probably like the lower pressure that I also kind of act a little bit differently. I get far more emotional on planes for some reason. Amtrak to Tacoma. Yeah, their on-time statistics aren't really the best. The last time I took Amtrak only once in my life, and I think they were like an hour late. I was trying to get from Vancouver to Vancouver. And back then they didn't have direct service to Vancouver, so we actually had to like get out in Seattle and then ride like a bus up through the border. And I can imagine like Amtrak's trains aren't maintained very well. I can't believe we're still climbing. Mach 0.78. Yep. I know there's on YouTube somebody made like some ASMR for airplane noises. It's just like 10 hours of cabin noises. "13 hours. You know, that, yeah, I would not be able to get sleep either. And I would not survive very well in a 13-hour flight. By now, like, I pretty much made the rule that, like, I'm not gonna fly more than, like, 10 hours a day. Unless it's, like, daytime or something. Daytime flight. And then I'm gonna, like, basically stop over wherever, sleep for the night, and then fly again someday. There's no way I can survive, like, more than 10. Longest time you ever gone without sleeping? I've done 24 hours without sleeping before, but after about, like, I don't know, like 13, 14 hours, like, I start nodding off a bit. That's usually what happens. By the way, during my, like, somewhat earlier days on YouTube, I filmed some early morning footage at 10 left. Those were done by not going to sleep. Jet lag isn't a problem for you because of insomnia. Yeah, that's not good. Yeesh. Oh crap. What is this airport we're going to? Sitcat Rocky. Sitcat. If I remember correctly, we're gonna have to go over those really tall mountains in the distance. And I'm gonna have to figure out a way to, like, get down to the airport. Sandwiched between mountains. I go on Sky Vector and figure out how tall they are. Okay. Tallest mountain in that area is like 5,400 feet. So we can descend to 10,000 if we want. Where'd everybody go? I don't know. Everybody died from the G-force apparently. People didn't bring their own bungees apparently. Yeah, it's usually just the few of us who watch, like, who stick around. The click. Oh, don't tell me my joystick died. Okay, no, it's still there. I got scared for a second. I was pressing buttons and nothing happened. Playing Minecraft in the back. Now, do you guys play survival or creative? That sounds like survival. Yeah, I don't play creative for some reason. I only do survival. Back when I did play. I still have Minecraft lying around somewhere. Still on the ceiling, planting jasmine. Everybody loves Minecraft. That's good. That's a prerequisite for people here. I'm always the guy who likes to build like modern architecture in Minecraft. And of course I do everything in survival. I kind of like having a little bit of a challenge, I guess. Nothing wrong with creative though, it's just a different way of playing. I notice that most people, like I bring up the modern architecture thing because it seems like most people like building medieval style buildings. Like castles and taverns and whatnots. And here I am like trying to build skyscrapers and suspension bridges. Okay, how are we doing with the distance? Okay, we should start descending. What is it, 10,000 feet? We can go down to like 8,000. Yeah, 8,000. How about that? Just call it safe. Tallest peak of these mountains should be like 5,300. But just in case I read the map wrong. Oh, and we should definitely not be going at Mach 0.78. 290 is a good speed. Try to get there quickly. Minecraft has really changed a lot since I actually began. Like, I remember...
Sink rate.
Oh, right. Sink rate.
Sink rate.
There we go. Happy. 2,400 feet per minute. I started back in like 2011, and then I technically played all the way till like last year. I occasionally play it, like mostly like as socializing activity. Creeper, yes. Most of my like work is just spent on trying to make sure mobs don't appear. Like I'm the guy who like put torches every 5 feet basically. (1930s) style Japanese architecture. Is that basically like Victorian architecture? The Empire of Japan architecture. That is what the beauty of Minecraft is. You determine the game. are we doing? How are we doing? Okay, good. Descending pretty rapidly, I guess. They added a ton of stuff. Like the last time I was playing, I remember they had composting bins for some reason. With the Japanese castles atop a huge wall. Sounds about right. All my architectures are like futuristic-y stuff. Like CN towers and somewhat evil-looking architecture. Actually, pointy, triangular stuff. Oh look, I see the airport. There's actually that little strip right there. I think that's the runway. Sitka is very beautiful, by the way. I wonder if it's just gonna be as beautiful in Flight Sim. Wolfenstein architecture, I see. So kind of like authoritarian-ish architecture. Like lots of marble, stone. Roman architecture is actually one way to put it. I've tried to plan out building an airport in Minecraft. And yeah, trying to build it to scale is massively difficult. There's a lot of leveling needed. Yep, build a huge flat island. And one of the problems is that the oceans aren't even quite big enough to build an island without some sort of interruption. It just kind of looks weird when you try to fly in an area that big. Yeah, you can do like a flat world in creative and build an airport there. Yeah. Trying to build an 11,000-foot runway. It's kind of difficult. Oops. Rudder. There's our airport. We're gonna have to spiral downwards. That's kind of the difficult thing, because whenever I do Minecraft stuff, I always want to build like full scale, like 1-to-1 ratio. Now I don't usually like build stuff that's already existing. Like, I wouldn't build an Eiffel Tower or like PDX or anything. I'd like make my own interpretation for what a tower looks like, what an airport looks like. But still, to build like, I don't know, even a 6,000 foot runway is very, very intensive. I should probably not fly that fast, should I? 250 knots? And I'm gonna go all the way down to like 2,000. I hope there's no mountains in the way after this. Oops. Okay, it's starting to make its next leg.
Sink rate.
Whoops. Okay, making sure my joystick didn't break. Oh, that's not good. Tending your wound. Okay. Let's see. Oh, how should we approach this thing? Oh look, they actually have gates at this airport. That's cool. So I think we're gonna have to turn out over to the Pacific and then approach it almost like as if it's like Kai Tak or something. Yeah, I can't really build a runway diagonally. Well, to be fair, crosswind runways are sort of not a thing for most airports now, are they? Oh, geez, toenail fell off. That's not good. Yeah, I should probably tend that thing. But yeah, that's always been sort of like a phobia of me. Anything that deals with wounds is a phobia with me. I don't think I need the airspeed thing anymore. Give you guys slightly better view for this.
$2,500.
Okay, close enough. Gonna arm my spoilers while I'm at it. 34, nope, 30 degrees, 30 degrees. Landing gear down. I'm burping. I think I'm a little too slow. How did our conversation evolve into talk about nails? Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the autopilot, trim it out. 2.7 degrees is good. And we're already high, that's great. Oh no, there's nothing wrong with putting a Boeing house livery on a non-Boeing airplane. Alright, here we go. Probably gonna call out sync rate pretty soon. Oh look, I'm high once again. Alright, I'm just gonna do a 360 this time. And why am I so light? It feels like... How much... Am I running out of fuel or something? I have flaps 40. And... What is it? My approach speed is now just...
1,000.
Don't sink.
Sink rate.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
I was approaching at like, was it 120, 130, and I'm still not descending. That's a little unusual.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Okay, don't worry.
sink.
I know what I'm doing. I can sink. Just a little. Oh crap. Don't gain altitude, please. No. Get down.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Trust me, I'm gonna come out of this turn, I'm still gonna be high. Yes. Down, get down. It also doesn't help that
Sink rate.
there's like some severe wind shear at this time. There we go. That's better. And look, I'm above the glide slope again.
$500.
Sink rate.
$400.
Don't sink.
Okay.
$300.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Whoa, dear.
$200.
Get up, get up.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oopsie. Get down. I think I bounced. Yeah, I did. Yes, we are at 2 hours, and we only lost half our passengers. Oops, keep all the flaps down because we want an instant replay. Here we go. Whoops, crap. 80 seconds sounds
Don't
good.
sink.
Don't sink.
Yeah, this doesn't look
500.
like an unusual approach.
400. 300. 200.
I used to be so good at that kite turn.
$100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Yep, flared early. I mean, that wasn't too hard of a landing, I guess. CRJ approach. Is that reference to the nose down thing? Ooh, wow. So this is what the spoilers look like. They actually like added some little bit of detail in the spoilers. That's good. Did I accidentally land downwind? Is that the problem? I'm looking at the windsock right now. Oh, yeah, looks like I did land downwind. That's a problem. Wait, what's the windsock doing? Hold on. No, I landed the right way. I don't know what the windsock is doing. Looks like I'm gonna have to back taxi, actually. Oops. That is a sink, by the way. Our sink is in operation. I wish I can get a better mic that doesn't like collect all the background noises, because then I can actually stream like at some other time rather than 9 to 12. And once again, I wish I can change the volume for the external view, but I might have to mess around with like the sound CFG or something. I'll look into that. Yeah. The sync, the actual physical sync, not the verb. Time for... Oh, hello, King. What's up? What are... It's not quite lunchtime yet. We still got 5 minutes. Whoops, texting a bit too quickly. Now, is there actually a back taxi thing on here? Okay, there is. Good. We're going to be facing some issues if we don't. Actually, I think this runway is wide enough. Like, we can actually just back taxi with the runway width itself. But some of the airports coming up, we're not going to have enough room. And it's okay if we don't have the full runway length. This thing is, after all, I think 7,000 something feet long. That's plenty. Remember, we took off from a 4,000 foot long runway earlier today. Okay. Trim. 2.1 degrees, yeah, close enough. Everything seems to be in working order, and we have flaps at 15. That's okay. Here we go. Was it our last stop today? Juneau. Oh, I forgot to set the autopilot stuff. Whatever. That's typical for all mics, I guess. Throwing dishes around, that's pretty common, yeah. Oh, don't worry about trimming your hair. Now, let me just make sure I'm not going to crash into some mountains. Okay. $28,000. Sounds good. And how far away is Juneau? Oh, look, 79 nautical miles. I don't think we're even gonna... We're even gonna reach a cruising altitude. Let's just do 16,000 for now. And yes, we're gonna be stopping at Juno, and then we're gonna be calling it. Because we've been streaming for almost 2.5 hours now. Yeah, I think 3 hours is a pretty good decent point. Just guys, just trim your own hair, you know. It's not too difficult. Just get a buzzer and just up and down, up and down. Make sure you have a mirror, by the way. A mirror on top of a mirror. Yeah, usually, like, I choose the 9 to 12 time because, my parents are either exercising or working on some other stuff or sleeping. Unless, like, I technically have some other mics that I can use. I might, have, like, one of those, like, sound isolation things. I don't know what they actually call those mics, like the legit ones that people use to record music and whatnot. Directional mics? I don't know. I remember doing a whole lot of research on that type of stuff before I bought the mic for my A6300. And then I forgot everything. Yeah, get a buzz cut. Yeah, I can see your parents freaking from that. It's all down to choice, though. What mic do I... Are you asking about me? My mic is just this thing right here. But I do have that other mic that I think I showed you guys the very first time I streamed. That thing that people thought was a thing of a silencer. That's the thing I use for the A6300. And I can technically use that for my recordings here as well. "16,000 feet cruising altitude." Sounds about right. I'm actually wondering how much fuel I have left. Where's the fuel gauge on this thing? Is it down there? Surprisingly good quality mic. I went to when I was choosing this headset, that was like what I was really looking for. I was like looking for like good mic headset mic quality. I mean, it's just looking at Amazon reviews basically. Huh. Bye. Okay. Oh, right, duh. These things are the fuel. Of course. Uh-huh. Also like how, the fuel display on here doesn't exactly fit the screen properly. Doesn't fit the borders. Oh well, that's what happens when we download freeware. I don't mind. I think I was used to like the 737 Classics, which actually the field display was somewhere else. And yes, I am just saying that so I can save face. Lots of static noise now. Is that because I don't know, maybe something got clogged up or something. Telling my joystick to work properly. 40 nautical miles. Yeah, time to descend. I think I can see Juno's approach path from here. Like, you kind of have to follow this river valley or something to get to Juno. Making our descent. 2,000-ish. $2,300 for that. Airspeed, go down to like 250 or something. Have you guys subscribed to, what's his face? Electro Boom? Apparently you can use your lighter as a mic, if you like. Apparently you can use, if your lighter has like piezo crystals or something, you can turn that into a mic, if you like. Hi back, I'm dead. Juno, yes, Juno is our final stop, and we are approaching Juno right now. Now hopefully I remember how to approach Juno, because I think, I mentioned earlier, but I think we have to approach it like through this river path or something. I hope that's the case, or else I'm just going to crash into the mountain. Let me actually verify that. Nope, that's Ketchikan. Where's Juno? Oh, good thing I didn't follow that river path, because that is not how to get to Juno. So I actually have to... We're actually still pretty far away, seems like. Let's level off at 4,000. Hmm. 10 p.m. for you. Yeah, looks about right. You're still awake. What's the maximum, like, landing weight of this plane? I know I've been sort of landing this plane, like, beyond maximum landing weight. But I think we might be in maximum landing weight territory now. Okay. You need to listen to an audiobook. Is that for class stuff? Or like listening to Great Gatsby or something? How far are we? We are like 20 miles away from it. 20 nautical miles. 18. There we go. You see, I much prefer audiobook over normal books. Means I'm not quite as literate anymore, but it is easier to read when somebody can read for you. Let's keep our speed at like 260 or something. Make it a little bit faster. You know what? 270. How about that? I know. Apparently, we're supposed to stay below like 250, below like 10,000 or sorry, 5,000 or something. I forgot what were the flight rules in it anymore. I forgot what were the flight rules anymore. I forgot what the flight rules are. Okay, so we're supposed to go down that path. We're supposed to make a big right turn so that we can follow the river valley. And then we make that turn again to go into a narrower valley, which will lead us all the way to the runway. Sort of. It won't line us up directly. It will be sort of like a kite-tack approach, which is always fun. Let's drop us down to 2,000 now. Actually, we don't need to drop down that quickly.
Bank angle.
What do you mean? That's only like 32 degrees bank angle. Bank angle. 250? That's good. A little bit more. Stay hydrated, guys. Watch my speed? Was I going too fast or too slow? I think too fast, maybe. Or do you mean that I'm violating the whole 250 knots thing?
$2,500.
Oh, my butt's starting to kill me now. Sitting for 3 hours. So whenever we get to that river inlet, we're gonna have to make our left turn. I'm not turning, by the way. That's the wind. Hydration is very important. Let's go keep the sickness at bay. I was violating the 250 knots, but that's not the main point. Okay, so that's the river inlet, so I'm gonna have to make my left turn now. Put down some flaps, I guess. And we don't need that thing anymore. Gear down. I hope the flight display actually shows like what the flap blowout speeds are, because right now I'm just guessing. Okay, now this is the right river inlet, right? Yes, this is. Good. Here we go. Hopefully we don't slam into those cliffs over there. I just imagine if like an actual pilot would talk to their passengers like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're beginning our final approach. We're gonna make our left turn to Juneau now. Hopefully we do not smash into those cliffs. Oh, geez, I think I lost some airspeed, did I? No, why are you gaining altitude? Oh, pilot. I also don't need this much flaps at this point. But in every flight, I've just been approaching way too high. I think I see Juneau now, all the way over there. Let me see if I can zoom in. No, that's just shading. I thought this was Juneau. I do see some buildings over there, though. For our next Russia stream, yes. Technically, it will be an Anchorage stream. Juneau to Anchorage, island hopping. Airport hopping, actually. Island hopping is something completely different. Let's get Dimitri on the next stream. That'll be cool. I'm not sure how often he plays out Flight Sim nowadays. I know he did Flight Sim at some point. Flight Sim. Now, is that Juneau? Where is that airport? Okay, I see it now. This thing right over here? I'm sure you guys can see as well, but why not? I'm basically the tour guide right now. Pilot slash tour guide. Pilot-ish. We do have War Thunder stream. Yeah, that's basically what I've been thinking. Like, this next stream might actually be War Thunder. Oh geez, I'm losing airspeed. Yay, Morocco Ball! Nice to see you. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the autopilot now. Don't need that thing anymore. Everything else is set. I'm gonna set the trim to 3 degrees. Dude, look at these cliffs. Only if they were If I got like some actual realistic shader added, that'd be beautiful. I tried adding like some shader stuff into this thing, but it ended up just crashing the game. Well, not crashing, it just like broke Flight Sim altogether. All the terrain just went black. Okay, I'm gonna put in the last 40 degrees of flaps, even though I'm all the way out here. So that I can just at least get a feeling for what this plane, how this plane behaves at 40 degrees in this configuration. That'd be really cool, like joining the War Thunder together. I would be down for that, actually. Ottoman Empire Ball.
$1,000.
Okay, flaps are all down, everything is set. Oh wow, the winds are really calm today. Or here in Juneau, at least. Oh, there we go. There is that wind shear. I was gonna say, it's too calm to be right. Alright, I can't see the chat anymore. I need to concentrate. I'm still too low, they're saying. Okay, just gain some altitude. There we go.
Don't sink. Don't
Ooh,
sink.
I lost a lot of airspeed.
500.
Don't sink.
There we go. That'll make it happy. Back to 130 knots.
400.
I guess we're getting direct crosswind or something. We're really getting pushed off the center line.
300.
Get down. Oh, the trees are pretty
200.
close. There we go. Down.
100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oops. Bounce. Float. Float.
Don't sink.
Ow. Ow. We just landed halfway down the runway. That's alright. It's okay, there's wind though. That's the benefit of wind. You just gotta... I'm able to blame hard landings on something other than me. Alright, how do we do? How do we do? 80
Don't
seconds?
sink.
Maybe I'll just do spot view this time. How about that?
400.
Okay. There we go.
300.
I call that a good day. We did not spill too many beans, and we did not go off the end of the
200.
runway.
$100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I think I also forgot to close the throttle. That's kind of why. Yeah, I can't plop right down. At least I was on the center line. That's good. You know what? I'm gonna make the call to watch this on board. I'll see what it all looks like.
200. 100. Minimums 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
See, it could have looked like a really soft landing at that point, but then we just plop right down. I'm pretty sure those spoilers are actually supposed to deploy much more quickly in real life. That didn't really happen though. I might have to remodel the plane or something. Anyways, taxi back to the gate and then call it a day. Yes? Now, where's the actual terminal? That's my question. Let me see. I think that generic building over there is supposed to be a terminal. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna taxi to the fuel stand. How about that? Okay, what was it? No. Trying to read the comments. Whoops. Oh, crap. Read the comments while taxiing. Why not switch to a 747 or an A330? An airflow livery? I can do that, but remember we're still trying to do that airport hopping thing. I'm not sure if we can land at like half the airports if we do a 747. Or actually, maybe once we get over to Russia and their airports have like slightly longer runways, yeah, we can do a 747. GeoFS on browser, it's free and nice. I mean, I didn't think about that. I'll definitely consider that. And yeah, the comments like take a little bit to load. I think it's actually more like 10 seconds between like when you guys write the comments and then when I actually see it. But also I'm trying to taxi and fly at the same time. Makes it slightly more difficult. But that's sort of the good thing about being able to fly in flight sim or any sim, as a matter of fact. Because there's like actually a lot of downtime while cruising. And that's like a time when I can actually like read a lot of the comments. Not so much when I'm taxiing and whatnot. And FYI, if I play like something like War Thunder, I'm pretty much gonna be like active all the time. And I probably wouldn't be able to read as many comments from that. That's why I kind of want to keep some type of flight sim going. So I can actually talk to people. Whoops. A little more power. And a little closer. I don't think it'll matter. There we go. Right on spot. Right on cue. Oh, and look, it's perfect timing. 12:30. Time for me to get ready for lunch. And time to see you guys on another day. Sounds good. So next time we might be playing War Thunder, assuming that I can get that thing working, and assuming I don't crash. I'm gonna have to like do some trial runs to make sure it actually works. All right, let's see if the door works. There we go, the door actually works this time. Would you look at that? I call that a good day. Will you try a tank game on War Thunder? Maybe. I'm gonna try some planes first, and then we'll see what happens from there. Alright. I'll see you guys. Goodbye.